Hey, Shalom Yasharallah. Peace be to the nation of Israel. Humadamada, they so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Speckled Israelites, being Israelite foreigners, scattered across the four corners of the earth, including within America, Babylon the Great, the main place for captivity. And we are the Most High Yahweh's chosen people of the nation of Israel. So without further ado, as always, Allah Shwan Kadash, being the holy tongue, as in the Paleo Hebrew, being the ancient Hebrew, and we give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baruch, Rash, which is our praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahushai, and the Holy Spirit, whom is our strength and our Redeemer, and our light and our salvation. In the same tongue, Adamashana Kabawadim, Lahasquanium, Shal, Gadababaka, many double honors to the apostles and elder bishops, Great Millstone, and Shalom, honors and salutations to by Yasha Abadah. All right, meaning the house of David, the one-third elect remnant of the nation of Israel, along with the rest of the one-third elect men, women, and children of Israel. It is your fellow servant, Malak Rayab, back at it again with another prophetic update regarding the mark of the beast being a microchip. And Adam Ratazaz and Lord willing to be further edifying his order to elect. So this is on the independent news platform entitled China Tests Brain Chip to Control AI Agents, because these human trials of these chips, these microchips, are becoming a major phenomenon. All right, more of a through these trends, through these technological companies such as Elon's Neuralink company that has been notorious for its human trials of the mark of the beast being a microchip on human beings. Synchron, you have other tech companies, through this AI interface that the mark of the beast is integrated within, such as Boston Dynamics and so forth, providing the military and Esau's law enforcement with AI machines and so forth, because this is this is the further omen of this dystopian totalitarian technocracy, which is the future. It's going to be a short-lived future, because through these end-time prophecies, being fulfilled at the rate that they are, this indicates that there's not very much time left for the wicked to try to, to attempt to achieve the satanic agenda, the satanic NWO agenda, all right, which would be to, push out this chip, which is the next major prophecy, all right, the next major currency to replace this current failing petrodollar, all right, losing its traction as we speak, being that America's economy is over $37 trillion in debt, all done by design. It's a part of Esau's Hegelian dialectic. So it says here, like it says, China has become the second country to launch clinical trials for invasive brain-computer interface devices in humans. All right. It says the first brain chip was tested on a 37-year-old man who lost all four limbs in a high-voltage electrical accident, according to local reports, allowing him to play video games using only his mind. All right. Because they've been doing the same thing in America. All right. Because as the lesson title, China, has become the second country, to test these BCI brain chips on human beings, being that America has essentially been the first, mainly through Elon's Neuralink company. All right, so once again, this is further confirmed. This is a global agenda. It's not a national agenda. It's not just a national agenda, even though America is going to be used, all right, by the dragon, Esau, Edom, the devil, the Bible speaks of, to further promote this chip, all right, being that America is the top capitalistic corporation on the earth through the strength of her petrodollar. All right. All right. So this is so it's not a coincidence that China has become the second country to test these BCI brain chips on human beings, being that they're a top World Economic Forum partner. With America. So I remember I did a camp lesson around the time of the vid, at the height of the vid, about anywhere between 2020 to 2021, going into this information, how China is the top World Economic Forum and how they're further linked with, this global agenda to push the MOTB, and Esau scrapped the entire live and hit me with a strike because that information, was substantiated. The information, was substantiated to be true. Which truth is kryptonite to this devil. All right. So now that truth has sprung forth at the rate that it is by way of these end time prophecies manifesting at the rapid rate that they are, he's getting ready to come down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time to achieve his agenda. Hence why these civil wars are taking place right now, all right, in the midst of, Trump exercising, federal power, federal powers, okay, through the Insurrections Act to deploy the military, okay, to serve as law enforcement, surveillancing these so-called protesters, okay, really to oppress them, to make an example out of them, okay, of being contrary, to this agenda, okay, resisting through protests and riotings and so forth. So this is all a part of this dystopian future that we're currently in. All right, that China is further contributing to, once again, for the fact that they are a top world economic foreign partner. All right, with these devils. All right, so it says the team now hopes. It says jump down here. It says the team now hopes to develop the BCI to allow the patient to control a robotic arm or artificial intelligence agent, because they've been targeting people with ailments such as paralysis, ALS and so forth, just like they've been doing through Elon's Neuralink company. So it says the initial trial, which took place at the Center for Excellence in Brain Science and Intelligence at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, involved inserting tiny neural electrodes through a hole in the skull to read brain activity. The electrode is so soft that the force required to bend it is comparable to the interaction force between two neurons in the brain, said Zhao Xingtao, a researcher at Kepsit. This allows the electrode to coexist harmoniously with brain tissue over extended periods without triggering immune responses or rejection reactions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start off in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right. And there's the vision of, the eye salve, the vision of prophecy, okay, through the eye salve, the spiritual ointment, okay, that is, that is given the elect foresight of these end time prophecy to come to pass. Okay, hence why, these end time prophecies come to pass have been revealed to the elect. Okay, through the eye salve of this vision, that foresight, that spiritual foresight of what's to come is not a mystery to them. Okay, it's a part of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, including who's the Israelites. Okay, the kingdom of the Israelites coming to pass, who exactly the 12 tribes of Israel consists of. Okay, being the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians, Israelite foreigners, and who are the arch nemesis / enemy of the 12 tribes of Israel are, who so happens to have been given the world in his wicked hands, pursuant of Job 9:24, and that's Esau, Edom. Okay, including the what the mark of the beast prophecy entails, being a microchip. So this is all a part of that vision. Okay, that is yet for an appointed time, because even though it is seen to be tarrying, okay, being that it hasn't been made mandatory yet, for those who in the circumcision that have grown weary of its prophecy not coming to pass, okay, in the general sense, appearing that this, these end time prophecies, including the mark of the beast, appearing to be far off, okay, just because it hasn't come to pass at this instant, okay, it's speaking, man. Meaning what? These prophecies of this book, the scriptures, the ancient scrolls, is speaking more so now than it ever has before. So we know we're at the end through the indication of prophecy, the end of Esau's rulership, okay, within an evil time, okay, that will further indicate the end of his rulership. As is prophesied here, Ezekiel 7, starting in verse 5, thus said the Lord God Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. All right, and ultimately that evil time that is coming is that hour of temptation that will affect the entire world, further confirming this satanic NWO is a global agenda as opposed to just a national agenda in America. Hence why China just became the second country to test these BCI microchips on human beings. Okay, Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, so the hour of temptation is going to consist of, the darkest hour of everyone on this earth, all right, to face, persecution over not taking his chip, okay, or, to be in a position of, or the position of having that persecution mitigated and surpassed by bowing down before this beast system, within full subjection by taking that mark of the beast, that chip. Okay, so this is part of that hour of temptation, that dark time, the evil time that would try the entire world. All right, so this is Revelation chapter 13. It's like Revelation chapter 18. And I'm going to go ahead and get start at verse 9. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." Okay. So all these, this further confirms that once again, this satanic NWO agenda is a global agenda, because there's various kings of the nations of the earth that are with this agenda, including China, promoting the ship over there within communist China, the communist China regime, okay, that have been benefiting as merchants, okay, off of this beast system, all right, mainly through the petrodollar, in exchange for oil and so forth, doing international business dealings through the petrodollar. Verse 10, "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." All right, so this further confirms the mark of the beast prophecy must come to pass first, and then the destruction will be soon after that. Okay, because the penalty for taking the mark of the beast is that lake of fire, that second death in Revelation 14, which is going to be produced by these 200 million ICBM missile warheads within the Battle of Armageddon, modern day World War III. Hence why we're hearing these rumors of wars between Iran and the Israeli state as of right now, trading hypersonic missile fire. Okay, in which Trump has further advocated, the involvement of America through that war, like that G7 summit being the sole supporter of edging this conflict between Iran and the Israeli state on. Okay, why? Because in Jeremiah 49:20, he's prophesied the least of the flock, okay, as in the smallest house of the house of Edom, the Amalekites over there, the gutter rats in the Holy Land, will lead these nations, will prophesy to lead these nations out into this last world's war, which is going to come in complete fruition in the midst of this mark of the beast being made mandatory. All right. So this is Revelation 18:11. "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more." Why? Because in the midst of this economic collapse in America, regarding the U.S. economy being over $37 trillion in debt, okay, and Trump's trade wars worsening that blow, this place, this place is going to collapse. Through the economy collapsing, all right, and there being utter lawlessness, okay, following soon after, and we're seeing the omen of that through these No Kings national protests. So everything is geared up for this place to be destroyed through civil war and through the transition to full-fledged war. Okay, but in the midst of that civil war, eventually Esau is going to make that chip mandatory. Okay, as through lying wonders. Okay, such as promoting national security. Okay, centered around the whole, incited fears over the whole border crisis / microsurge situation of terrorists supposedly crossing the border, which there are sleeper cell agents crossing the border, waiting for the green light to be activated on these U.S. citizens. But yet this is all orchestrated. So national security would be a part of those lying wonders that Esau will use to justify this chip, and these other kings of the earth, as mentioned in Revelation 18:9, are with it. That's why they're gonna lament for her burning, because they're no longer going to be able to make merchandise over her anymore. Why? Because of the collapse of this U.S. economy and in the midst of a full-fledged war in this place. Okay, so this to further confirm that this is a global agenda. Okay, by the contributions of these various kings. We're going to play this quick video of from a few years back of Justin Trudeau forcing digital IDs on citizens because that's a part of that gradualism aspect of this agenda. Okay, because they just, if Esau just rolled out this agenda through making a chip mandatory, everyone would be on edge. Okay, that much more, and they want to keep things discreet. All right, so they're gradually presenting this satanic agenda through digital ID. That's why they're promoting a lot of cashless. They're promoting this cashless society in America. So I'm going to play this quick, maybe about a minute or two of this video.
Regarding the digital IDs. Yesterday in Canada, Justin Trudeau met with all of our provincial premiers and basically told them that we will not be able to get funding for our healthcare unless the premiers agree to the digital IDs. I will show all the proof. Now, those of you who think that digital IDs are great, they are not. Let me show you what these digital IDs will actually entail when it comes to control. Here's an overview basically of everything that will be included in the digital IDs. This can be found on the WEF website and also on all of the provincial and government websites. You will have healthcare. You will not be able to access any healthcare without this digital ID. Financial system. You will actually not even be able to carry out bank accounts or carry out anything online regarding financial transactions. Food and sustainability. This says for farmers and consumers, you will not be able to get into stores. You will not be able to even sell anywhere.
And that's the key. She said you won't be able to sell without this digital IDs. Through this promoting the AI interface of this mark of the beast is centered off of lines of a privacy of the actual device that one will not be able to buy or sell without. Okay, and that's which the new will be made a new currency. Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast. Okay, he is a dragon. Okay, mentioned in Revelation 13:11, the serpent. Okay, referring to Esau, Edom, the devil. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast, which is the fourth beast empire, which is the pagan Greco-Roman Empire. It says that the image of the beast should both speak. All right, and the image of the beast is America. It says, and calls that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this is, that lines up the prophecy in Revelation, the 20th chapter, of how our forefather Saint John the Revelator witnessed, the souls of those who were beheaded, okay, for the sake of this gospel, of the namesake of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Hence why there's reportedly 20 to 30,000 guillotines ordered 13 years ago during the Obama administration for this very day, the hour of temptation. All right, within these, stored in these FEMA camps and so forth. All right, verse 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. All right, and the Greek word for mark is kadagma. Okay, let's look that up real quick. All right, it's a Greek word for mark, which is kadagma, meaning an imprinted mark. All right, something that's carved, and the root word kadax is, something that is impaled in a pale or stake, and going into the process of impalement. Okay, and that's why this further confirms this mark of the beast is a physical mark. It's Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so just like she said, people are not going to be able to buy, like Canada was promoting through the digital ID, people wouldn't be able to buy without it. Well, it's ultimately going into the mark of the beast, the actual mark of the beast being a chip. Verse 18, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which 6 represents the vibration of the beast, because these devils like to deal with numerology. Hence why, 13 is one of their favorite numbers, tied to the occult on the left-hand side. Hence the 13 royal blood families, the Zionist banking families, and the 13 members of spiritual demon Shaitan. All right, now when you look this up, 666 or 66. Let me see. Yeah. Shai Zai Stigma. Shai Zai Stigma. Okay, I'm going to focus on the word stigma. Okay, you look up stigma on edamonline.com. This is what it says. Let me find it real quick. Salaki, I thought I had it here. All right. Here it is. This is on itemonline.com for stigma. It says mark made on skin by burns at hot iron, from Latin term stigmata. Okay. From Greek stigma, mark of a pointed instrument, puncture. See that? When you puncture something, you prick something. And this is the process of the mark of the beast being pricked or punctured inside of the skin. Okay? Further confirming once again, this mark of the beast is a physical mark, which is a chip, and that's why we keep hearing about it, because this is the next major prophecy right around the corner to be mandated. All right, and the penalty for that is death. Revelation 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. All right, going to burn up in that nuclear fire. Okay. And the smoke of the torment is sent up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, the sanctified Israelites, the sanctified nation of Israel. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High God, Yahweh, and the faith of Yahushai. All right, and so it happens that, Leviticus 19:28 forbids, things pricked inside of the skin, and even marks imprinted on the skin. Further confirms that the mark of the beast is against the law. Okay, and to add insult to injury for those who take it, they'll be pledging full allegiance to this satanic beast system, and will receive the reward of death. Okay, through this thermonuclear fire. Okay, prophesied in this chapter, and only the elect, by way of the patience of the saints of the elect, okay, will pass that test within an hour of temptation. Okay, and be covered by the mark of exemption in Ezekiel the 9th chapter of the angels of Yahweh by Shemeshai, to not take that mark and be destroyed, but rather be saved. Okay, by calling on the name of the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai, as it says in Psalm 99, Psalm 50 and 15, and so forth. So I'm going to end it off on that note and pray this lesson was further edifying, exhorting to elect, and give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baruch Barash. All right, for blessing me with the spirit to do this video. All right, once again, double honors to the apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, for teaching and ruling well. Shalom and salutations to the elect of the house of David, along with the rest of the 1/3 elect men and women and children of Israel. All right, Abba Ball, Wamawath, Labba Ball, soon and very soon, and on to the next one.